The National Guild of Hypnotists will be celebrating their 65th anniversary at the 28th Annual Convention and Educational Conference on August 7th, 8th, 9th, 2015. The theme for this year's convention is a tradition of excellence. So what is the definition of a tradition? A tradition is defined as a belief or behavior passed down within a group or society with symbolic meaning or special significance with origins in the past. Excellence is defined as the quality of being outstanding or extremely good. Now, what does the NGH tradition of excellence mean? Now, if you're like me and have been in the business of helping people with hypnosis, or you're considering getting into the professional practice of hypnotism, then this video will be of interest to you. By reflecting on my past history, I'm able to connect the dots in explaining why I've chosen the NGH in my journey towards excellence as a professional hypnotist. For those that don't know me, I just wanted to create a quick video about how I first got started in my hypnotism journey, because the landscape has changed over the years. Hi, I'm Martin Kiely, board certified hypnotist and certified instructor, and the National Guild of Hypnotists Ambassador for Ireland. From a very early age, I had what can be described as an inquisitive mind. Now, I expressed this curiosity in discovering how things worked. During my early years, my interest was in things in the world around me, and for some reason I had a particular fascination for things of an electromechanical nature, and this curiosity very often got me into trouble, as I ended up taking things apart and failed to put them back together properly and in working order. Over time, these failures and external influences from those around me opened my awareness to the fact that there was a deeper level of knowledge, understanding, and design in the order of how things worked. Now, this led me to pursuing my studies in telecommunications, radio and TV, and microelectronics. I studied at the Cork Institute of Technology in Cork, Ireland, and I graduated in 1984 and worked for a number of years in the electronics industry. The last company that I worked for was an American company in Dublin, Ireland. They manufactured nuclear spectroscopy instrumentation and systems. In my role with this company, I spent some time working at their parent company in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, in America. Now, while there, I availed of the opportunity to explore the many historical sites of the South. This included a visit to the X-10 nuclear reactor, the oldest in the world. It had just been opened as a museum at that time, and it was steeped in history. Following my time in the US, you could say that my curiosity went nuclear as my thoughts shifted toward exploring how the mind works. I independently studied and researched many books on the human mind technology, language, communications, and psychology. In the course of my research, I became interested in hypnosis. The more I read on the subject, the more enthusiastic I became. I privately questioned why it wasn't more widely used and searched for answers. Now, intuitively, I recognized its potential and decided to study it further. It was in the late 1980s when there was a downturn in the economic climate in Ireland. Many companies implemented cutbacks and redundancies and closures. The company I worked for wasn't immune to the effects of the recession, so I decided to take the opportunity and pursue my study of hypnotism. In 1989, I took my first professional hypnotism training. It was during this training that the true potential and value of hypnosis became apparent. On completion of my training, I set up my practice in September 1989. I wasn't a member of the NGH at this time, but I continued to develop my practice with further training in Ireland, the UK, and America. Early on in my hypnotism career, there was a period where I became disillusioned. There were schools and organisations in Ireland and the UK that promised a lot but failed to deliver in providing hypnosis training solely. All offered hypnosis training merged with psychotherapy. Many fell short in the depth of hypnosis training provided, with little or no support system following training, or the resources necessary to sustain a successful career as a professional hypnotist. Now, in my research to source the hypnosis training that I required to advance my practice, my focus shifted to what was available in America, and specifically in the West Coast. There were many self-proclaimed experts that kept popping up, promoting and selling get qualified quick schemes that for the most part attracted controversy, along with attempts to introduce restrictive regulation, particularly in the US. I became further disillusioned by the lack of credible leadership in the profession. But I remained determined, as I always held the belief that hypnotism deserves recognition as a separate profession in its own right. It was in 1992 that an American friend introduced me to the National Guild of Hypnotists. She sent me a copy of the 1990 edition of the Journal of Hypnotism, and from Dr. Damon's column, The Editor Speaks, I knew that the Guild was the credible organization actively mapping the future for the practice of hypnotism as a separate and distinct profession. Here's an extract from Dr. Damon's column. Hypnotism, and more particularly hypnotherapy, is in the midst of the growing pains experienced years ago by other professions. This does not mean that other professions are going to be sympathetic to our cause. In fact, we can expect unfriendliness from some as they regard us as infringers in their professional world and try to keep us out. We must therefore become more professional and ethical in our practice of hypnosis and hypnotherapy. Certification is as good as the organization from which it comes, and we are working to maintain a professional, ethical, and progressive organization for our members. The Guild is eclectic in nature. For 39 years, we have welcomed hypnotherapists, demonstration hypnotists, and hypnologists to our ranks to share and to advance as individuals and as an organization. This works well, and there's no reason to change. Remember one thing: there is no other profession that has any more right to the field of hypnotism than the hypnotists, and as long as we keep growing educationally, professionally, and ethically, that fact will never change. Our pioneering days are not over. It's just that now you are the pioneers. Dr. Damon, Journal of Hypnotism, 1990. Now for me, this was a turning point as it aligned with my purpose and vision for the future of hypnotism. I embraced the challenge to join the ranks of fellow pioneers. So in March 1992, I joined the NGH as a certified hypnotherapist. I began to utilize member resources, Guild publications, and the hypnosis training made available. Now, I consider the standard of the Guild publications as a professional lifeline to your hypnotism practice. The content of both the Journal of Hypnotism and the Hypnogram have always provided me with information on new techniques, updates, and developments in the profession, both in the US and internationally. What distinguishes the Guild from other organizations is that you are provided with tried and tested resources that enable you to systematically establish and build your professional hypnotism practice. If you are the type of person who likes to get the shortcuts so that you can save time and avoid wasting maybe years of your life and lots of money making mistakes, as I have, or waste your time trying to reinvent the wheel, then NGH membership would be a right fit for you. Between February 2003 and February 2004, I studied for the 12-month certification in clinical hypnotism with Don Martin. It was only after succeeding over a 16-year period of working as a professional hypnotist, and after having many countless people asking me to share with them how to hypnotize, that in 2004 I became a board certified hypnotist and NGH certified instructor with Richard Hart. From 2004, I continued to build my practice, and I also started to teach the internationally recognized core curriculum the NGH provides for new students. For someone who is just starting out and not ready for advanced, high-level training, wherever in the world there is an NGH certified instructor, you can quickly learn the foundational skills needed to produce the hypnotic state and use it skillfully and effectively. Following certification, graduates can choose to embark on establishing a career as a professional hypnotist or use their skills for personal transformation or to help family and friends. In 2006, I completed a complementary medical hypnosis certification with Scott Giles and Arthur Lediger and sports hypnotism certification with Bob Rees. In 2008, I completed pain management certification with Ron Esinger. In 2009, I completed the Ultimate Stage Hypnotism certification with Jerry Valley and Tommy V. These are some of the specialty certification programs that I have personally completed over the years as a part of my professional development. I don't just limit my training to what's available from the NGH, because it is always best to get a broader perspective by studying other programs that will assist you in establishing and build your practice. It may be other hypnosis related training. It may be marketing related training, or developing a social media strategy, or how to effectively promote your hypnosis services online. Since 2006, technology has advanced rapidly. The way business is conducted has changed dramatically, and for practicing hypnotists to survive, they must take steps to keep up with these changes. As mentioned previously, membership of the NGH will enable you to avail of a time-tested and proven systematic strategy toward establishing a successful hypnotism practice and the acceptance of the practice of hypnotism as a separate and distinct profession. For 65 years, the NGH has led the way by setting the standards with many achievements and firsts. Since my association with the NGH in 1992, the landscape has certainly changed for the better of the profession, with tremendous progress achieved. The nature of progress is that it can highlight imperfections within groups and organizations, and the NGH are no different. So you may ask, where is the hypnotism profession heading? This is determined by what we as professional hypnotists are doing in the moment. As an NGH member, this can mean that you intend to have a great future. But remember that future intention determines present action. From the 2015 April-May Hypnogram, Dr. Damon explains in the Editor Speaks column, because after all these years of our efforts to become a mainstream profession, I see many hypnotists whose efforts are reminiscent of how we were viewed 65 years ago. You need to crawl before you walk, and walk before you run. We've crawled and made tremendous progress as a profession. We've walked and have made more progress. Now, we all need to walk taller, and we'll keep moving that much closer to our goal of being known for our services, and best of all, for our results. One present action that you can take where you can feel the power of the network and the group and the community helping you to grow personally and professionally is to attend the highlight of the NGH calendar. As mentioned at the beginning of this video, the National Guild of Hypnotists will be celebrating their 65th anniversary at the 28th Annual Convention and Education Conference on August 7th, 8th and 9th, 2015. This will probably be the most important event that you're going to attend all year. If it's your intention to have a great future in the hypnotism profession, then take present action and be part of a community of other hypnotists who are doing the same thing. I personally look forward to seeing you at the convention. So to finish, Here's some feedback from previous attendees.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
You're giving and receiving at the same time.
There's nothing better than helping to evolve the next generation of hypnotists.
I totally love it. It's just a great experience.
It's just phenomenal, and I look forward to it every year.
I learn a lot. Even if I only pick up one little idea, it's well worth the money spent and the time.
What I personally feel is that, if it has made a difference in my life, I want to make sure that it, gets across, and I can make a difference in other people's life as well.
I was sitting next to a guy from Japan today who's amazing, and there was other people from Australia. I've met so many people from all over. They're flying in from all over the world to come to this event, which is amazing.
You just get a lot of other perspectives and see how people do things differently.
Dr. Damon and this guild is the best resource for anyone who wants to be in the hypnosis practice.
It's a wonderful conference, and I'll be back next year.
This is the largest convention in the world. So people from all over the world come here. It's a great place to meet people. I love sharing my courses and my ideas. I always have wonderful classes with wonderful people. So people should spread the word and come here because it's the best.
I come to the conference every year since 1996. It's the place to be for anyone in the profession or wanting to come into the profession of hypnosis.
I'm here today just to enjoy being here for the conference, and I'm teaching and have a booth here to share my products and my books and things that I enjoy because I love being a hypnotist.
I'm here. I've been teaching at the convention for a few years, but coming to it longer. It's the best place to be to meet hypnotists, to exchange ideas.
I come here to make sure that I learn more cutting-edge techniques, to recharge my batteries and with like-minded people, and to network with people from around the world that I have no other opportunity to really get together with except when we all gather at this time.
It's not here to build myself up, it's to help everyone else build themselves up.
Vast number of people that are here, the vast level of experience, all the different approaches. There isn't anybody here I don't think that I can't learn something from.
You have to come. I'm already going to make plans when I get back to come to next year's conference.
Bring your mind. Bring your heart. Be prepared to use what you find.
I would say you definitely gotta go because it is the biggest, the best. I always learn probably way too much, but it keeps me going. I swear I learn so much that it kind of keeps me going for like the next 6 months.
Oh, definitely come. This is the place to be in August, and if you're really serious about your work and you really love your work, which most of the people here do, you need to have that interaction with other hypnotists, and there are so many new things and new techniques and new ideas coming out for hypnosis.
Every time I leave here, I'm so excited I can't sleep for a few days. There's just a certain amount of energy that just builds you up and gets you going for the next year, so that your success rate just seems to get better and better with each convention because your mind is expanded. You're among other people who have the same goals that you have, and so you get back going. I can do this and I can do that, and there's other people like me who want to make the world a better place, and just keeps you going.
One of the things I like best is just the positive attitude over and over and over. I think hypnotists, just by by the kind of person who's attracted to the profession. We're optimists by nature. So you come here and you just get recharged for the next year.
Latest and greatest stuff all the time. So you got to come here. You got to meet people that have inspired you. I get to see friends. I get to see people that I haven't connected with all year long that I'm online with. So I get to see people face to face.
Looking forward to gaining as much knowledge and meeting as many people as I have, and seeing people from all over the world has been very impressive. So I knew I made the right choice.
Particularly for new people. Whatever they have to do to get here, I would get here because a great many of the workshops and seminars are designed for people just going into practice or who have just been in practice for a short time.
I'm very grateful and thankful for the NGH. The National Guild of Hypnotists has provided such a wonderful base, a wonderful foundation, and a home for all of us in order to do what we need to do to be better, to help all the people that we can to be better, which influences themselves, their families, the community, and the world itself.
I would say absolutely come to this conference. It is one of the best things that you can do. It is a wonderful experience. You're going to learn so much, and don't pass it up.